He's a dynamic actor and voiceover artist, and you can catch his standout performance in Freaky Tales, playing the character of Greg. Here to share more is actor LeQuan Bennett. Is so excited to meet you. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you too.
Yes, so nice to meet you. I want to first talk about Freaky Tales and Greg. Tell us about your character.
All right. Well, Greg is actually based on George Stevens, who is a legendary Gilman punk.
Ooh.
And he was sort of the first in line when it came to throwing down during this crazy brawl that happened at Gilman. And he eventually became the administrator of Gilman. But yeah, he was also former military like myself. So it was really cool to embody that character, that person, those qualities in my debut.
Very cool. And tell us about Freaky Tales in general. Kind of what is it about?
Okay, so Freaky Tales is this sort of, it feels like a love child of Boots Riley and Quentin Tarantino. It is this quasi-historical Bay Area vibe piece, right? It's just hella fun. But it covers a lot of real things that actually happen in the Bay. And there are some embellishments here and there too.
Right.
But just super fun movie. 4 stories, and yeah, it's kind of like an underdog kind of wish fulfillment ride, if you will.
Love that. Tell me about the fun that you had making this. What was your favorite part of making this?
Oh, man. My favorite part of making this was getting to hang out with the cast, right? We had some really, really cool people. The crew was really cool, too. This local Bay Area crew. Awesome people, so much talent. But I made a lot of lifelong friends. I got to study, right, some of the best in the business. Tom Hanks, Pedro Pascal, Ben Mendelsohn, Jay Ellis, and I learned a little bit of something from each of them.
Very cool. It sounds like you really enjoyed yourself. That's
Absolutely.
Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, great. I want to talk about your transition to Hollywood because it's kind of an unconventional one. You were in the military previously. Tell us a little bit about your life story.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so after graduating from the University of Florida with a degree in visual art, I moved to New York. Started working in video production at Forbes.com, so I'm here and I'm immediately comparing our setups. I moved to Alaska. I did armed security. I joined the Army. I worked at Apple Retail as an expert. Moved down here, worked at the Valley Fair store for a little bit, making sure everybody got their AppleCare and AppleCare Plus, and then switched over to corporate, doing software quality assurance, and eventually started training in stunts down here with some folks in Japantown and San Jose and Sunnyvale. Moved down to LA and infiltrated the industry sort of through stunts, right?
Wow.
And then went into voice acting and then on-screen acting.
I think stunts, it's such a fascinating kind of intro in. What made you, like, what was the spark that made you say, I want to do stunts now all of a sudden? Well,
really, it was a friend of mine, Bay Area friend named Hans Wickeling. He was a big tricker. Tricking is an acrobatic form of expression. And he really got me interested in the stunts. And I've always been a cinephile, so the two just kind of...
How cool. Yeah, your two passions just came together. So wonderful. Now, stunts aren't all you do. Acting isn't all you do. Tell us kind of your whole gamut of skills. You do voice acting as well?
Yes, I do voice acting as well. I don't want to advertise all the skills because I don't want people hitting me up for everything that I do because I only have so much time, right? But I do a lot of advocacy as well. Advocating for bringing filmmaking back to California, back to LA, right? Making us super, ultra competitive, right? And also helping everybody in the industry sort of brace for the AI era, right?
Yeah.
And what that means for filmmaking, what that means for us as actors and performers, and just sort of making sure the way is clear for that kind of coexistence.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think the key is to, you said you bringing filmmaking back to California, making sure it stays in this area and in LA specifically. What do you think the key is to that? How do you make it happen?
The key is identifying why people have moved out of LA in the first place, and sort of creating those same conditions or better in LA, and that's going to require some. It's going to require some funding. It's going to require some tax rebates, some incentives, some upgraded infrastructure, right? But just tune in, because there's a lot of other places that have put in a lot of effort to beat us out, to be the place to go to, or a place to go to. But we can do the same.
Okay, wonderful. Can't wait to see what happens. I want to hear about, you've done so many different kinds of things. I want to hear about your favorite career moments in Hollywood. Tell us what your favorite moments were.
Okay, so Freaky Tales, obviously getting, just kind of like being there when Pedro comes into the set. That was mind-blowing, and it's like, just be cool, you know. Another little thing that was special to me is I got to do a voice acting role in a franchise, a video game franchise that I've been playing since I was a wee lad, right, with my little brother and sister, the Monkey Island series.
Okay.
I got to voice Captain Trent, and that was a series that really helped define who I was and how I interact with the world, so it was super special actually being able to join that world as a character.
Full circle moment for you and your family there. Very, very cool. Any advice that you would give to people who are maybe considering entering the crazy world that is Hollywood? Any pieces of advice for them?
Yes. Make sure that you're super passionate about it. Make sure this is something that you absolutely have to do. And make sure that you have a primary source of income, right? Things have slowed down, right, ever since 2020, right? And so jobs aren't as plentiful, right? So you want to be able to sustain yourself while being able to pursue your passions.